So in today's video, we're going to be exploring on productivity hacks, okay? And we're going to be discussing strategies that will help you to stay organized and then maximize profits. Just like I was saying before, we all like maximizing profit, okay? We all like being productive. Yes, we all like being productive. For you to maximize profit, you have to be productive. And for you to be productive, you have to be organized. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing some game-changing tips that will help you maximize productivity. So grab your notebooks and grab your pen because I'm going to be sharing. So let's start. Productivity. Somebody will say productivity. Oh, I do more. I do more. I do this and I do that. Productivity is not really about doing more. Okay? It's about doing much of what matters. What are you doing? What you're doing, does it really matter? What you're doing, does it count? It's not about doing much. It's about doing much of what matters. It's about making good use of your time to achieve what you really want. Because most times we mix it. Somebody might say, I am very hardworking. Hardworking and smart working, they are not the same thing. Working much, working and doing what the right thing, they are not the same thing. So productivity is about making good use of your time, ensuring that your set target, that you're working towards it, ensuring that that plan that you have laid down, that you're working with it, not that you're just working, if I could use the word aimlessly, because there's nobody that is not busy. Everybody is busy because you've got one thing or the other that you're doing in the 24 hours of every day. Sometimes you're sleeping, sometimes you're eating, sometimes you're doing other things. Are you working towards your goal? That's what productivity is all about. It's not about putting in effort. It's about putting in effort in the right direction to achieve your set out plan, to maximize productivity. Additionally, when you make the best use of your time, it results in increased productivity. And when productivity is increased, you find out that your stress level is reduced and you begin to enjoy the work you're doing. You begin to enjoy what you're doing. When you're working without stress, when you have outlined the things that you're supposed to do and you follow it the way you should follow it, and you make maximum use of your time, make maximum use of every time that you've allocated for. Make sure that the various times that you've allocated to different assignments, that at that point in time that you're doing exactly what you're allocated to those block of time that you're allocated to different projects, that you follow it. When you do this, you find out that your productivity level increases. And when your productivity level increases, you find out that stress goes away. Because it's usually stressful when you are working and you're not seeing results. I mean, nobody likes it, especially if you're working for somebody. Even if you're working for yourself and you're putting in effort and you're stressing out yourself and the productivity level is very low, you get stressed out. You get stressed out. So that's why it's very important that you make the most use of your time. Make the most use of your time. Assign time blocks to different activities of every day. It is very important. Assign time blocks to different activities in a day. When you wake up, make plans of what you're supposed to be doing at any point in time. If you're working in an office, tell yourself that today, based on that's if you're working on for somebody anyway, of course, you must have known the various activities that take place in your place of work. And you must have known what your role is and what is expected from you on daily basis. So what you do is that either you use a notepad or you use a diary or something like that. You assign time blocks to the different assignments that you know you're supposed to carry out in a day. And make sure that at any point in time you're doing what you're supposed to do. And when you follow it through, you'll find out that you won't have stress because your productivity level increases. And there's nothing that takes away stress like you're working and you're seeing the impact of what you're doing. Yes, and There's nothing that to be compared with, like you're seeing the impact of what you're doing. I mean, it gives you 100% job satisfaction. You're excited about what you're doing. If you're working for somebody, if you're working for an organization, or if you're working for government, it gives you job satisfaction. You are happy. You don't feel like, oh no, I am not contributing in this organization. My impact is not being felt. I am not doing what I'm supposed to do. No. If you make maximum use of your time, like I said, assign time blocks to activities and you follow it, even as a parent or somebody working from home, maybe you're a mother, or maybe something, you're on a maternity leave, or you're doing your business by yourself, you're working for yourself, self-employed or something like that. Every day, don't tell yourself, I'm self-employed, I can start work at any time. You're not going to be productive and you're going to waste time. At the end of the day, you will not be satisfied in your personally owned business, because you're not seeing, there's no productivity in what you're doing. There's no result. That's what I'm talking about. So at the beginning of every day, you have to have a plan of what you're supposed to do for the day. A marked out plan. Have it written down. At this point in time, from this hour to this hour, this is what I'm going to be doing. And you're not just marking them out, you are going to follow through. And the truth is that if you follow through, you're going to have a result. You will see that your productivity will increase. If you're self-employed and you follow through, you will see that at the end of the day, you find out that your business is booming, is growing, because you're putting in effort in the right places and at the right time. I'll give you a practical example. For instance, you know that you supply things and a customer has called for a supply, and you have indicated in your company website that you deliver in 3 days. And because the company is owned by you and you are working for yourself, somebody places an order and 3 days you haven't even started it. You've not started the order to talk more of delivering it. You're going to lose it, because the truth is that nobody wants that kind of a thing. Most customers, what they want is, if you say you're going to deliver in 3 days, if you deliver in 1 day or 1.5 days, you're going to hold the customer. And at the end of the day, the customer will bring in more people and your productivity increases. That is the truth. Don't forget, my friends, that today we are exploring on productivity and how to strategize around it. Okay? So, it is very important to plan your day, plan your time, and follow through. This is one of the ways to be productive. I've got so much more ways that we're discussing. So we are moving on. We are moving on to the next level. So the next one is the next point we're going to be discussing on how to improve productivity is declutter your space. Declutter your work environment, okay? Your workspace, declutter it. Things that will cause distraction to you, take it out of space and make your work environment clean, such a way that you get focused. Okay? Some people, if you're self-employed, you might be like, oh no, I'm not working for anybody, I'm working for myself. And you find out that things that will distract you from doing what you're supposed to be doing at the particular time you're supposed to be doing it are all around you. They're all around your workspace. Like, if you know that you're distracted by calls, why would you be working just because you're self-employed? Why would you be working and you have your phone by your side? If your phone is a distraction to you, why would you have it by your side? Somebody might want to say, what if you have a business call? If you have a business call, if you use your phone for business calls, if the people that if your customers are not the type that, because I know most people, customers, they can get you online. But if your business translates to the type that, if your business translates to the type that customer has to call you have to have what is called self-discipline. Make sure that what is going to distract you, anything that is going to make you not to focus on what, on the work you're supposed to be doing at that particular point in time, make sure it is out of space, please. You can, if you have a challenge with your phone, like, you like fiddling your phone, doing things that you're not supposed to be doing at that particular point in time with your phone, please take the phone away. Even if you use it for business, there should be a particular time frame where you can put on your website that you are accessible from this time to this time. Okay, at those time, of course, you have to be with your phone. But please, spending when you get used to, disciplined enough not to press your phone when you're not supposed to be pressing it during your work time. Please ensure that you keep your phone away. Then if you're the type of person that pictures distract, make sure that, or colors, a lot of things distract people while working. Make sure that anything that is going to distract you while you're working is not close by. Make sure, declutter your workspace. Declutter your workspace is very important to allow you to focus and to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. A lot of things are fighting for our attention, but we need to fight to focus our attention on what we are supposed to focus it on, and not to be distracted by those outside vices that are fighting for your attention at the wrong time. Wrong time because you're supposed to be working, you're supposed to be maximizing your productivity, and something else is trying to take your time. This is one point. I hope you've been able to understand what I mean by this second point, how to maximize productivity. Another point is to have it to, I've mentioned it actually in the first, when I was discussing initially, is to have a to-do list. To-do list. To-do list simply means have a list of what you're supposed to do for the day. Allot time blocks to different assignments for the day and follow through. To-do list. Please, you have to prioritize task. Every task is not as important as the other. So that while you're preparing your to-do list for the day, you have to set out time for the most important tasks. Let them come first. Because some tasks are time bound. Yes, some tasks are time bound, and others might not be. And even if all of the tasks that you have for the day are time bound, some come earlier than others. Some might be earlier and then others might come later. So in doing your to-do list for the day, you have to prioritize. Okay, ensure that you are giving the first time, you are giving the initial time to the tasks that their time bound is closer. Okay, what I mean by this is this: like if you like, if you're working in an office and you already know what you're supposed to do for the day, and then maybe you're supposed to prepare like a memo or something for your supervisor, that is supposed to go for a meeting with by 10 o'clock or by 12, and then you have another instruction that is something else, another task that you're supposed to do that will be used at 3 o'clock, and you're preparing the work for 3 o'clock. Why the one for 12 o'clock or maybe 10 o'clock you haven't done? You are not prioritizing. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is that you are supposed to prepare whatever it is that your supervisor needs to go for a meeting first. The one for 10 o'clock before the one for 3 o'clock or the one for 12 o'clock. Just that way. The one for 10 o'clock first, followed by the one for 12, then the one for 3. It shows that you are an organized person. That is how to be organized, and that is how to be productive. Okay, it shows that you're organized. You are doing the right thing at the right time. When you do the right thing at the wrong time, it doesn't show efficiency. It does not show organization. Yes, you will end up, being like you haven't done anything. You have worked without results. Your supervisor has missed going for his management meeting with the report you're supposed to send to him because you're doing the wrong report. At the end of the day, you haven't achieved anything as far as your supervisor is concerned. So ensure you have in your to-do list, you prioritize items. Very, very important. Okay, and make sure that you're following through. I'm going to leave some things that will help you to do this at the end of the video. Okay. Also, you can use a calendar. Yes, you can use a calendar. There are a lot of digital calendars out there. If you go online, a lot of digital calendars as part of the things that will help you to stay organized. Okay, you can send your reminders on these digital calendars. They will help you, to tell you, oh, I have something for 2 o'clock, and this is 1 o'clock. You can send your reminder like 1 hour before time or 30 minutes before time, depending on the kind of task that you want to achieve. If the task is something that you feel that is time consuming and is really big or something, the reminder you have to send should not be anything less than 1 hour. Yes. But if it's something that you know that you're going to finish on time, you can send your reminder for 30 minutes. By then, you must have even finished before that 30 minutes. So please make use of your calendar. We have a lot of online calendars. Use them. Set your reminders on it. There are a lot of them. Google Calendar is there. I've just given you a word. I'm not advertising for Google, but at least I know I use their calendar. They will send you a reminder. That's just it. So there are a lot of other digital means out there that you can go online and use as a form of getting organized, as a form of setting reminders for you for different tasks that you need to complete at different point in time. That way you are staying organized, and if you're organized, trust me, your productivity level is going to be high, and you don't get burnt out in your work. You don't get stressed out in what you're doing, because you're working smart. You're working it's like you're working from a comfort zone, but you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're getting results. It is called working smart. My people, it is very important to work smart. Okay, prioritize your time. Have your to-do list. Use your digital calendar. Do make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do at any point in time. Follow the time blocks you are allotted to different tasks, and then you find out that you're up there. People will be wondering why are you not stressed out? Others will be getting stressed out. They'll be like, why are you not getting stressed out? Because you are organized. Yes, that's just it. And you're enjoying your work. Whether you're working, whether you're an employee or whether you're self-employed, you are enjoying your work. Because the beautiful thing is this: if you're organized, you're going to be productive. If you're productive, it's going to be profitable. That's just it. Productivity and profit, they go hand in hand. Yes, because if you're not productive, where is the profit going to come from? If you're productive, definitely profit will follow. So ensure you use your digital calendars, okay? That will help you to stay organized. Okay, so let's dive into the tips that you need to maximize productivity. The first one is this: most times we like to work. Okay, you've batched, you've given time blocks to the various things that you want to do during the day, and now you have like a time block of let's say 2 hours that you assign to a particular assignment. Okay, you don't have to sit down on the computer for 2 hours. Please, when you work for like 25 minutes or 30 minutes, take your eyes off the computer. Take a short break, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then come back. You work for another 30 minutes or 45 minutes, take your eyes off the computer, 5 minutes, and then come back. You find out that your focus level in that job, in that task that you're trying to achieve within those 2 hours will be higher than that of somebody that stays a stretch of 2 hours. And what you're going to achieve is going to be much more than somebody that is keeping an eye on the computer for 2 hours, 3 hours. The reason simply is the brain needs time out. Yes, it's important to give your brain a little bit time out to relax and then assimilate, and then you come back. And also your eyes too. Yes. So while working, take short breaks, small breaks, 5 minutes off the computer, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, off the computer, okay? And then you come back. That way, you're going to be more efficient. Then another thing you need to do, I'm giving you the hacks now, okay, so that you get it. Batch your work. Batch your work. Batch things. Batch things in your office, in your workspace. Batch things. Items that are similar, put them together. Things that you use in doing this particular job, put them together. Things that you need for this particular assignment, put them together. Things that will help me deliver on this, put them together. Batch things together. If what you need are the same kind of things to achieve what you're doing, to achieve the task you are on, please, you can also batch alphabetically. So that when you're looking for something that has to do with A, you go to batch A and look for it. If you're looking for something that has to do with C, you go to batch C and look for it. If you are working in a place where you can't, if you want to batch, like if you want to batch A, B, C, D, okay, that you can't batch just that way. You can batch A to C, A to, you know what I'm trying to say. You can batch A to C together, then from D to F together. Just batch it, and then when you batch, the place of labeling is very important. We are talking about how to stay organized to increase productivity. These are the main tips. Batch your work. Batch it. Put similar things together. Put things that you need for different jobs together, because I mean, you do different things, right? Even if you're a business owner, you do different things. Your business requires that you use different items or tools in carrying out that job, that task. Put similar tools together. Put similar documents together. Put similar items. Just that way. Batch things. It will help you to save time. It will help you not to stress out in doing what you're doing. And it will help you to be super fast in your delivery. That is increased productivity for you. Batch things. Label it so that once you're looking for A, you go to batch A. If you're looking for Z, you go to batch C. Z. Very important. Very, very okay. I hope that has assimilated. Now, the next one, I've actually talked about it, is time blocking. Okay, I've mentioned time blocking separately in this video. So, allocate time to different assignments. That's just what time blocking is all about. Make sure that you give time to the different projects that you have. If you're a business owner, different projects that you have, customers demand, allocate time to them, and always ensure that you deliver before time. Very important. And how are you going to deliver before time? How is your productivity going to increase? How is your efficiency going to increase? Is by giving time blocks, allocating time to different projects. And when you allocate time, please be disciplined enough to follow it through. Okay? I know you will. I trust you guys. I know. We are exploring. We are getting better. We are learning every day. Trust me. That's why I love you people. allocate times, okay, and follow through. Then another one, I've also talked about it, prioritize. Prioritize. Make sure you prioritize. Very important. Okay, prioritize what you're doing. Put the first things first. Check for the ones that are urgent. Do them first. Those if you're a business owner, those those customers requests that is going to mess up your business, do it. Be fast in doing it. Okay, be fast in doing it. I'm not saying that because a customer's request is going to mess up your business, that you leave some other customers, maybe somebody that another customer that you feel that this one can tolerate. Most times it doesn't work that way. What I'm trying to say is this: if you're a business owner and you have like 3 customer requests, okay, 3 customers have requested for your service, and one one doesn't take no for no, or I don't know the right word to use. One is like, if you tell me it's days, it must be days. If it's not days, I'm going to take it up by the law. And then you now say the other 2, maybe if you call them up and then tell them, please, can you give me some more times? And they'll say, okay, don't worry, you can have some more times. I'm not saying that you leave these people's work, the 2 people, and then you go and start working on this, the difficult customers own, even though the difficult customer was the 3rd person to make a request from you. What I'm trying to say is that you put in an extra time on your work. If you're a business owner, put in extra time in what you're doing to make sure that you deliver the tray on time. Okay? Make sure that you deliver the tray on time. Prioritize what you're doing. Prioritize what you're doing. Even if you're going to deliver the troublesome customer first before the other 2, make sure the other 2 that you deliver on time to them as well. They don't have to suffer. What I mean by suffer, they don't have to be delayed because you wanted to attend to a 3rd person that is difficult to handle. That's not good for your business as well. Okay, now if you're working in an office, I've explained it before, prioritize what you're doing, please. It is very important. Prioritize your work. I have explained it before, using you as a staff, and then your supervisor has a meeting for 10 o'clock and he has a meeting for 3 o'clock, and you're preparing what he's going to use to attend the meeting for 3 o'clock in the morning, when you're supposed to be preparing the one for the meeting of 10 o'clock. You are not prioritizing your work. So it is important you prioritize what you're doing, please. It will lead to increased productivity. And at the end of the day, you're going to be happy. And your supervisor is going to be happy. And guess what? Increased productivity, like I said, comes with increased sales, interest, yes, more money. If you keep doing the right thing, if you keep making your supervisor shine in supervisor's meeting, if you keep making your supervisor happy, trust me, by meeting set targets and surpassing it, there's no way you won't be promoted. That's just the truth. You will be promoted and you'll be smiling and you'll be happy. And it doesn't cost you anything. All you need is to have a plan for the day and follow through. Yes. Plan for the day. Put the first things first, put the last things last, and make sure you do everything together. What is supposed to come first, put it first, please. That's priority. That is prioritizing. Sorry. Okay? Make sure you prioritize. It's very important. I have given you the tips now. First of all, I said, don't forget, let's go through the 4. The first one is, make sure as you're working, you're taking time off the computer. You are taking time off. 5 minutes break here, 5 minutes break there while you are working. The next one I said, make sure you you batch your work. Okay, group what you're doing. Group your work tools. Group it. Very important. Group your work tools, okay? And I talked about time blocks allotting time blocks, putting time blocks, assigning time to different projects, different assignments different tasks that you have for the day. Then I also talked about this last one that we talked about now, um um time blocks. Okay, when you put time blocks, and then prioritize what you're doing. The important ones, do them first, please. Everything is important, but some things are more important than the other. That thing that is important, you know it, put it first. That thing that is time bound, put it first. If all you've got are all time bound, please prioritize it based on the time each one is. Sometimes some come before the other. Put it that way. And at the end of the day, your job will definitely be stress-free, because you'll be achieving results. Your productivity level will be up there, and people will be wondering how you do it. It's all about being organized and following through. In closing, I'll leave this with you as well. The place of continuous learning cannot be overemphasized. Okay, open yourself to knowledge, seek knowledge, and you will find knowledge. Yes, in whatever you're doing, seek knowledge and you find knowledge. Continuous personal development is the key to productivity, to increased productivity. What is it that you're doing? You can gain additional knowledge about what you're doing, how to come out, how to do it efficiently well, how to be the best in what you're doing. Yes, you can gain knowledge on all those things. Whatever it is that you're doing, you can go online. We have a lot of platforms online where you can go and find out people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, how that excelled in what you're doing, how they excelled in it. Yes, the place of learning, personal development, very, very important. And then, as you're going after personal development, don't forget that sleep, adequate sleep, is very, very important for increased productivity. Yes, you must have enough rest, because if you walk throughout without sleeping, without having an adequate rest, trust me, you're not going to be productive. If you don't have adequate rest, you'll be sleeping on duty. You are going to be sleeping on duty. So make sure you have adequate sleep. You must have a cutoff time in whatever you're doing, whatever job you're doing. Especially people that fall into this trap of not sleeping are people that self-employed, because I know every organization has a closing time, right? When you close, I mean, you have finished for the day. Is that not it? That's what it. But if you're working for yourself, you're, oh no, I'm not closing anytime, blah blah. Please have a closing time. Adequate sleep is very important. Have a closing time. When that time comes, as a self-employed person, cut off and close. You've got other things you have your life to do with. You've got your family to relax with. You've got friends to relax with. You've got time to stretch out, lie down on the sofa, do whatever you want to do, on the couch, whatever you want to do. But please, have a cut-off time. Don't say because I am self-employed, I can work 24 hours every day. No, you can't even do it. You will not be productive, because when you're supposed to be working, that's when you start sleeping. Sleep will come. That's the truth. Adequate rest, adequate sleep, please, is very important. Then also, nutrition and exercise. That's the last one I'm going to be leaving with you before I end this video, that I never knew it was going to be this long. I was thinking of having like maximum 8 to 10 minutes video, and here I am running into 20 minutes. I didn't know it was going to be this long. So the last one I'm leaving with you is nutrition and exercise. Please, what you eat is very important to your productivity. Yes, you have to eat healthy. Eating healthy adds to how productive you can be. If not for any other thing, when you eat healthy, you stay healthy, is it not? and then you can be productive in what you're doing. If you don't eat healthy, sickness will not allow you to be productive. And then exercise. The place of exercise is very, very important. When you exercise, you burn out stress. Exercise is very important. Make out a time for exercise in your life. If you can be doing it every day, very important. Yes, very nice. But if you can't do exercise every day, you can allot some days that you'll be doing exercise. Real vigorous exercise, because you need to burn out those excess stress in your system. Okay, make sure you exercise, make sure you eat healthy. All those things, they add to your productivity, and I mentioned in this video, they are not cast on the stone. You experiment on them, find out what works best for you, okay, and then you adapt on it. Okay, if you experiment on it and it works best for you, fine, adapt it. But if it doesn't work for best for you, whatever works for you, adapt to it. The most important thing is that at the end of the day, make sure that you are being productive. So people, have come to the end of this video. If you found this video helpful, please like and share with your friends so that they will gain the same knowledge you've been able to gain. Okay, and also subscribe to my video, subscribe to my channel, Explore with us Global, because in this channel we're going to be exploring a lot of things. We're going to be discovering a lot of things. I have so much to share with you, so please subscribe to my channel, Explore with us Global. Until next time, thank you, love you, bye bye.